Hello everyone, Cranky Old Man YouTube channel. Some more movement against us in the Second Amendment in the 2A community. The one of the, if not the best circuit court that favors the Second Amendment just ruled against suppressors. Saying that they are not a constitutionally protected item because they are not actually a weapon. They are an accessory. So I'm not going to go into all of it. In the basically, a gentleman named George Peterson was operating an FFL out of his home, along with that's where he stored his weapons. And he also had a small area that he did his business in. According to the ATF, they had sent in an undercover as well as a informant to make buys, and were successful in two different attempts to find him doing something illegal. One was selling an item or a firearm as a straw purchase to somebody who was buying it for someone else. Now, again, this was a setup. It wasn't actually a citizen buying one for another citizen. It was a setup, and he failed it. And then they also sent in a guy who purchased two firearms at one time. And by the ATF rules, you're supposed to report it to the ATF anytime there's more than one item per one firearm purchased at the same time. So two or more firearms, you're supposed to report it to the ATF. And he failed to do so. So using those two reasons, they were able to apply for a search warrant. It was approved by a judge. They went in. They had enough probable cause on the search to search all the small areas for anywhere a firearm could be, and that includes a pistol. And inside a locked safe of his, they found a cylindrical item with wavy things in it that can't say the word because it might get me this channel or this YouTube video taken down, but it usually quiets things down, much like a muffler on a car. Anyway, this muffler did not have a serial number, and it was not registered with the ATF. It was a part of a kit that the gentleman purchased, built it himself, and it was operational. So therefore, they were charging him with having an unregistered muffler. So basically, he filed two motions to suppress. One was that the NFA violates the Second Amendment, and within the Second Amendment, or within the NFA, they have the overall rules of what a suppressor is, and that you need to have them serial numbered and registered. So he filed a motion to suppress, saying that that violates the Second Amendment, which it does. He also filed a motion to suppress due to his Fourth Amendment right, saying that there wasn't enough probable cause for a judge to sign off on the warrant. Now that, right, definitely not going to win on that case, because if the two incidents that the ATF is referring to is correct, then yeah, they would get a warrant, and that's sufficient enough to get a warrant in a good standing and not get that thrown out. However, Judges have said that suppressors are not weapons of themselves. They are accessories. So the ATF wants to call it a weapon when they want to regulate it, but then don't want to call it a weapon when they don't want to regulate it. Or the judges don't want to say it has protections under the Second Amendment because it's not a weapon. It does not fire. It's an accessory. Now, here's where it gets really dangerous is the Second Amendment, or the Fifth Circuit Court, which is one of the friendliest towards the Second Amendment, if not the best, rules that the suppressors are accessories and then therefore they can be illegal to own. Then what about optics? What about holsters? What about anything that goes along with the firearm that's not necessarily needed to operate the firearm? Magazines, sights, regular iron sights and whatnot, they would be covered under the weapon because you need those specifically to operate the weapon. However, extra red dot optics, scopes, anything, maybe a shoulder strap, maybe the bump stock again, maybe stocks in general. All of these things that are accessories that can be put on but not necessarily needed to fire the weapon could fall into accessories and could be considered illegal at some point. So that's just something I wanted to bring to y'all. Surprised me, but nothing surprises me anymore. But now, from what I heard, it's not the end all. Is they have they got several more levels to go before it's completely shot down. So we will see what happens. But like I said, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals is one of the friendliest, if not the friendliest. And if they're ruling against it, God only help us. So it's just about all I got for that one. Pretty down quick. Second Amendment being trampled on again. They're just using different tactics, like the Democrats do with other things. They try to go one way, but don't work. They'll go the other way, which is completely the opposite direction, and kind of say that they really didn't mean it in the other direction. I don't know. It's just crazy. So keep an eye out. Be careful with your mufflers, and I don't know. Let your congressmen and senators know that you don't like it. Now, of course, they don't really have a lot to do with it because of it's circuit court judges that are making the rulings. But the more people that know about it and don't like it, maybe that will change. So anyway, that's all I got. See you next time.